This is my favorite time of the year. It's June 21. The box turtles have started laying eggs, and yesterday I gathered 8 eggs that one of my female box turtles had laid, and today what I've done is I've given them some carp fillet to chew on this morning. This one here is a little baby from 2 years ago that's growing. This one here I think is Toby. Can't be for sure, but Toby's one of my favorite little turtles. He was a very fast grower, and that turtle right there that's got a piece of food in her mouth, that's one of my adult older female box turtles named Ornetta. She's laid several, in fact almost all of these baby turtles that I've been raising, I think, come from her eggs. This is right here is a 3-toed box turtle that I rehomed from an individual. That turtle back there, she's about 8 years old now, and I think that this year she'll be laying fertile eggs. I think last year was the first year that some of my young box turtles had ever laid eggs, and I think there was a tremendous number of eggs that were infertile. This enclosure that I've made for them has quite a few features that make it nice for a year-round enclosure. I have water underneath that bonsai cherry tree there. It's in it's sort of a sloped container. It's actually the back of a large screen TV set that went bonkers on me, and it goes under this divider here and into this smaller section where this siding is pushed down into the ground, and I have 11 baby box turtles in this side of the enclosure, and I feed them separately and keep them separate from the other adult box turtles on this side, and the Russian tortoise. And down on the far side there's another little part to the enclosure, and that's just for sunbathing. It's part of the patio. I've got that section there, and I've got nice strong screen, 2-inch wire screen. It doesn't prevent birds from coming in and competing with the turtles for some of the food that I put out for them. But I sometimes, look at this little guy. I have a little cat food. I don't recommend cat food for feeding to turtles because it's not recommended by any expert. I'm going to move him before he bites my toe. I don't think he was going to bite my toe, but he might. And box turtles have really, really sharp beaks, and they sometimes test things by biting them. Usually because they're so clumsy when they're eating that it's almost inevitable that it takes a couple bites before they finally figure out just how accurate is my bite going to be. I'll scoot back here a little bit. Natasha, my Russian tortoise, is still soaking up a little bit of extra heat from the sun. I'm tempted to get a male Russian tortoise because she is mature. I think she's about 10. I estimate about 10 or 11 years old now, and she has. Sometimes she likes to just get the heck out of this enclosure in the earlier spring, and I don't know if it has something to do with mating or what, but sometimes I think, why not get a male Russian tortoise and see how it is raising their babies. As it is, I've already gathered 14 box turtle eggs this year. The first group was laid 3-4 days ago, and I dug them up, and there were 6 in that clutch, and in the last clutch, I think Ornetta is the one that laid the last clutch of eggs, and she laid 8 eggs, and I have them inside the house, and I'm going to incubate them and see if I can get them to hatch. I am sure that a lot more eggs are going to be laid this year by these turtles. They're getting to a point now that they're mature. I have males in here, and there won't be any infertile eggs being laid this year by the turtles that are 8 years old, I don't think. Here's one that's smelling the cat food a little bit. Decided that isn't what she wants. This is a little male 3-toed box turtle. You can sometimes tell the males from the female box turtles by their red eyes and their particular tail. You can see his tail is a little bit stubbier than most. This is a small male here that's an ornate box turtle, and you can see the difference in the tail between this female here and the male there. Not too much difference, but it's a subtle difference. This 3-toed box turtle is just going to town. There's Ornetta climbing over the top of other turtles. Sometimes when my Russian tortoise goes walking through this particular favorite sunbathing area, she just bowls them over, and they flip over onto their backs, and sort of bugs me when I see them flipped over on their backs, and it looks like they're not going to get turned back the right way, and the sun is shining really hard and beating down on them, and there's a possibility that they can die if they can't turn themselves back over again. All of those baby box turtle eggs that I gathered and am incubating inside the house, I think that they will probably be hatching late September or October this year, and then I will be trying to raise them again in the house, keeping them warm over the winter so that they can grow decently their first 6 months of life. Once I put them out here in the enclosure, their growth rates slow down tremendously because so much of the time is spent doing things other than eating and staying warm and growing. If you have any questions about the way I raise box turtles, or suggestions, or feel free to ask, and I respond to all kinds of questions on my YouTube channel. Have a good day.